Alright guys, I hope you are doing fine. So in this video I'm just going to be just giving you some points, some rules that you guys can follow, and you literally can pass challenges. And if you're losing in forex, then definitely you can apply these steps. And yeah, so let's just dive into the video. Before I proceed, I want you to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel, because yeah, I bring a lot of content related to forex which really can help you in your forex journey. So how I passed it, I set it rules for myself. What are the rules that I set it for myself? It's pretty simple. You have learned, you probably have listened or maybe heard about these rules from other traders also. And secondly, you need one or two setups that you are familiar with. All right, I'll be explaining to you my setups, and yeah. And third thing, the psychology and rules, these are correlated. All right, if you followed the rules, I believe your psychology shouldn't be affected much. All right, now the strategy, of course, you can be a swing trader, or I'm assuming you already have some kind of setups in your mind that you know play out. You just need to filter it out, and you just need to see which setups have higher probability of playing out. Okay, or you can be a scalper or day trader. All right, basically I'm a day trader and a scalper. I don't really go with the swing. All right, yes. So now let's just discuss about the rules. I'm gonna erase everything. All right, so now rules. My rules was one trade. I know I'm terrible in drawing, but yeah, you can understand what I'm trying to say. One trade a day. Why I'm saying that? And you must be thinking, all right, what if I got another good setup? What if that is 100%? What if that has 100 confluences? All right, let me explain to you why I'm saying one trade a day. Because as humans, we are not really meant to take a lot of emotional decisions in a day. All right, pressing a button, buy or sell, it is connected with our emotions. All right, believe it or not, even if that is a professional trader, it is connected with the emotions. Of course, the better you get and your emotions, you can manage the emotions wisely. But even the professional ones have some set of rules. If you have a lot of equity, then definitely you can play with a lot of positions. But I'm assuming that we are normal traders. I consider myself as a normal trader. I don't have a lot of capital like million, 2 million, 3, 5 million. A lot of people have it. I mean, not a lot of, like, a lot of good traders, in my opinion, have this kind of capital, and they know how to manage their emotions wisely. All right, because even if you like, if you got through this journey, of course you will have capital and you will know how to manage your emotions. Still, the rules will save you. All right, I was on the point, we don't have much, we can't really take a lot of emotional decisions in a day. We can only take one or two emotional decisions in a day, and after that we are really exhausted. You are taking one emotional decision in trading, and one can be normal in a day. In 24 hours, maybe you can decide to go out, and it is not really the emotional decision, but it can be any other decision. All right, maybe you're fighting, maybe the fight is gonna happen in your day, and you have to take the decision. Or maybe somebody will call you, they will just talk shit to you. You don't know, man. All right, so you can't really spend your lot of emotional power in that particular area. All right, you need to save it. And you also cannot take a lot of emotional decisions like instantly. You took one trade, it was a loss. All right, say goodbye, say come next day and try it. If you don't believe me, try this method for 1 month. 1 month is pretty less. I would say 2 months. Try this method for 2 months and see the change in your trading. One trade a day. If you have money, then definitely I would suggest go buy 10K challenge from my Forex fund. All right. I don't have any affiliate link. Just go buy it and practice this thing in that. The funding challenges teach you very good risk management. All right. Because you can't lose 5% in a day. And of course, 10% is no chance. You can't even lose that. So yeah, try this one trade a day and let's see how it will take you. And second is 1 or 2 setups that is familiar with you. I'm not gonna talk about my setups here. Of course, I will tell you what I trade, but I'm not gonna be telling what setups that I look for, because I have a lot of setups and it's really works really fine for me. Let's say for you, it can be a pullback setup. All right. If trade pull back into some kind of level, then you might be taking a trade. All right. Or you are supply demand trader. All right. If price tapped the supply, you waited for some rejections and you take a trade. All right. Suppose your style is this, suppose your style is this, or you are pattern trader. Suppose you got like triangle pattern or wedge. All right. You take trade like this. All right. So you really have to define, you really need 2 setups. All right. Either it can be retest. Of course, retest will happen everywhere. You need to be very precise about that. All right. What kind of retest you want and what confluences you want in that particular retest. Other trading method like pattern doesn't have much. You see the pattern, you will take a trade. Supply demand, you see price tapping into the supply, you will react accordingly. But the retest, maybe there is some kind of zone, all right, and there is another zone. You don't know which zone it will respect. So you need confluences for retest trading. I believe I have covered everything. Like scalping, maybe you can be a breakout trader. All right, you can be a pullback trader. Pullback, I was on the retest. You can use Fibonacci's, trend lines, whatever you want to use as a confluence, but you need only 2 setups. All right. Honestly, you need 1. I'm saying 2 because sometimes you don't get that setup that you want. All right. Just back test it and see which 2 setups works best for you. All right. And execute on it. And I'll be also talking about the risk parameters that you can follow. All right. And the last part is psychology. Always never enter a trade if you got into the fight 30 minutes ago before. All right. Before placing a trade. Never got into the trade if you are so sad, so happy. You have to be very neutral. All right. When you take a position, you have to be very, very wise when it comes to trading, when it comes to equity, when it comes to buy sell in particular trading. All right. You can't take decision that will cost you money. All right. Let's take an example. If you are a businessman, you will never buy your raw material with a closed eye. Of course, you will check it. And if you're not feeling good, I don't think so you will go buy some raw material. Maybe you can, even if you go there to just check out the thing that you are purchasing, you will check it, you will see, all right, is this thing is gonna produce good quality product? Is this thing will satisfy my client? All right. You just see it and you ask yourself, is this is good or not? All right. If you feel that it's good, then you take it. If you feel that it's gonna satisfy your customer, then you take it. You never take your raw material for the business with the closed eye, with unseen product. You can't buy it. Okay. So if you take that thing in trading, you can't really jump into the trade if you haven't executed that setup. like let's say 50, 100 times. All right. If you don't know about patterns, don't trade it. All right. You'll be like, you are doing challenge. All right, this is pattern, I'm gonna execute it. But you have never entered that. So how you can say that is gonna work or not? So that's why I find one or two setups that works for you. Psychology, of course, you never want to enter a trade when you are sad, when you are rude, or when you are when you're not in mood. All right. You have to be asking yourself, all right, do I feel like trading today? All right. Am I good? Am I sad? Am I happy? How that can affect my trading today? All right. If you can manage that, of course, you can take a trade. And the third thing, as I mentioned, psychology, and let's talk about the risk parameters that I set it for myself, and I'm gonna be talking about the trades. Of course, I was also trading the pullback trades, and I'll be covering this with the risk parameters. So as I was scalping, my target was 1 to 1.5. Sometimes it was 1 to 2. All right. I don't think so. I have taken more than 1 to 2. Of course, I have taken 1 to 1s also, because sometimes price was struggling reaching my target. So I was closing it early. All right. It has saved me many times. I have missed a lot of risk to rewards with this method, but overall it works pretty good for me. So I was scalping. All right, according to this risk parameters and risk to reward parameters, I was risking 1.5%. all right, because my target was less, so I was aiming for a good risk to reward. All right, even if your risk to reward is 1 to 2, more than 1 to 2, you should be risking 1%. If your risk to reward is 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5 max, risk 1.5%. Why? Because let's say if you have 50% with 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.5, it will be pretty hard to do the challenge. And trust me, if you are on a winning streak, like 3-4 wins in a row, it will give you a lot of confidence. And with this risk to reward model, it is very much possible. Why? Because the less you target, the higher your win rate can be. On the other hand, if you are having 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk to reward according to your setups that you have chosen, then of course your risk should not be more than 1%. all right, start with 0.5 if your risk to reward is good, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, build up the capital like 2-3%, then you can risk 1.5, 1%. all right. And yeah, now I'm gonna be discussing about the method that I was following. Let me just erase everything. So the method that I was following was simple pullback trading along with the supply and demand. All right, so suppose let me draw this. Suppose this was the level which I was expecting the price to pull back, and I was also finding the confirmation of supply and demand. Suppose there was imbalance or the demand, then I would simply wait for a good rejection candle. Then I would enter my trade here, stops here, and targeting 1 to 1.5. And I was using 50 moving average and 20 moving average. It was EMA, all right, to support my direction. Okay. Yeah, then I was just simply taking the trades, targeting 1 to 1.5 was good. I had a good wins with this. I was on a winning streak. Amazing, man. I completed 100% win rate on my verification. Yeah, I'm gonna show you a couple of probably I can show you my terminal of my forex fund, but you can just watch the previous video if you haven't watched it. There I have completely shown my verification terminal and the evaluation 1 terminal. All right, so now I was trading the pullback and I was taking multiple confluences. Let's say EMA, let's say supply demand, let's say level, let's say Fibonacci, let's say trend line. All right, so I was having multiple confluences, like 3-4 confluences, and I was taking trade based on that. All right, for you it can be supply demand, it can be retest trading. Of course you can also use this thing, And if your risk to reward is high, then you can simply just take the main thing from this video is take one trade a day and find 1 or 2 setups that is working good for you. Okay, and trust me guys, if you follow this for 2 months on the demo, or let's say you purchase 10k to just practice the emotions and to practice the rules that you have seen in this video, I'm sure you really can do go with this. Even if you do your live account with these parameters and these rules, I'm sure you really can kill it, because as I mentioned, your mind is not ready to take a lot of emotional decisions, so you have to spend your energy very wisely. All right, and yeah, so if you have any questions regarding this particular video, or anything regarding challenges and funding challenges, then I'm happy to post another video, because I really do want to see you guys win. All right, and yeah, that's all. I hope you have liked the video and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done that, I would highly suggest you to do that, because of course I'll be bringing a lot of content in near future which can benefit your trading journey. So yeah guys, I'm just gonna end this video right here, and hope you guys learned maybe 1 or 2 things from this video, all right, that you can implement in your trading strategy or in your trading. Yeah, good for now guys, have a good day and see you till the next.